a Live Free Media production. Take me away. Sit like a lady, so. Recently got back from a 6-leg trip, which did not include also the train ride. We went LAX to LAS, LAS to JFK, JFK via train to CT, Connecticut. From Connecticut, BDL, that's in Connecticut, to Philly, Philly to MIA, so PHL to MIA, MIA, where did I stop to? Phoenix, PHX, PHX to BUR, which is Burbank. I'm not really sure how I feel about that airport experience. And I love it, don't get me wrong. This is not a complaint whatsoever. I love travel, and I love stopping in different airports. I know, I'm weird like that. Hey guys, not why you're here for this video. Throughout all of those travels, I moved and stretched nonstop. And I look like a little wiggle worm, but it also helped my body incredibly to stay pain-free, because it's a lot of traveling, a lot of sitting, and also to keep the circulation going within my body, and it helped me to stay healthy. All right, jumping into it. Here are the stretches that I do every time that I'm flying and traveling. If I were seated in my chair, I would be constantly doing little back bends like this. So just arms out in front, and it's a seated cat-cow approach, and I'll do that. You can even set a reminder or timer on your phone or your watch, and just have it go off every now and then to remind you to move your body. So little back bends like that, cat and cow, and breathe along with it. And then I'll also do a lot of neck stretches. But first, before doing the neck stretches, it's sitting up with a better posture. So as I sit up nice and tall, and then it's leaning my head to the right, and then over to the left. And then you can do some circles too. I'll do that quite often. Twisting. This feels amazing. Again, finding a tall spine first. That's why I like to start with the seated cat-cows, and then it's twisting to the left. Breathe, a full breath in, full breath out. And then I'll twist to the other side. Inhale, and then twisting to the right. Now I'll do that a couple times, back and forth. The second time around, I'll usually go a little bit faster. When I will be standing, I'll also do side bends. So it can be, bending an elbow and side bending over to the right. Usually do this in between restroom stops. And then same thing on the other side, up and over. I'm intentionally doing this in an Oxford button-up and a skirt. So there are no excuses that you can't do this too. Promise you. So I do those when I'm standing, and another will be seated. I'm gonna face this way. But it'll be a figure 4. And I'll be crossing my left ankle over the right knee, flexing that foot, and I just guide the hip down. Now I start to feel this all along the inside of my leg. And again, tall spine, and I'm just breathing. I'll also flex and play around with my foot a little bit. If you have heels on, why? Take them off. I don't recommend being barefoot, of course, but give your feet some breathing room. So maybe if you have tied shoes, you can untie them and give a little bit of leeway in the laces themselves. So I'll do that on both sides and do a figure 4 from seated. And again, pressing to the inner thigh, but then also a little bit of circles with the ankle. Now that's important as well. When my feet are down, I'll do flexing and extension with the legs. I will lift, flex and point, which I'll give you a visual below as well so you can see it, flex and point the feet. And then also with the wrists. So I'll take the hands, cross the fingers, and make circles, circles, circles. And then switch it up. So then you take, here's a fun one. You have time, you're in an airplane. Put the arms out in front, cross over, okay? Then turn the thumbs down. Now as you clasp the hands, flip them up and over. This should feel like a really good stretch. For me, the hands that I'm doing, it's the outer right wrist. And then as you bring it back around, you just switch the hands. And as you twist, now it's my left wrist that's getting a really beautiful stretch. Now there's one more bonus one, which I'm gonna stand up for. So this last one, if I were standing, I would take one foot, place it behind, arms up, and it becomes a little bit of a side bend. Coming up, it's like a curtsy. People still do those. And up and over to the side, so you stretch that whole line of the body. Now bonus can be a lunge. This depends on how much space you have, but I'll step one foot back and then reach up and over to the opposite side. Feels so good here in the hip flexors. I'll do this one standing on mine as well, waiting for gates, layovers. These days they're inevitable. And then lifting up and over to the side. Time waiting for the bathroom, you can do that too. So if you see me in an upcoming flight, now you know why I'm moving around so much. And you can join in. Don't forget to subscribe here on Live Free TV. Wealthy travel and lifestyle. That's my passport calling. Time to fly.